3, 2, 1. Hello everybody and welcome back to another Warcraft 3 gameplay cast with me, Thendis32. Alright, I got ourselves another awesome game here. Lots of casting being done today. This will be my last replay of the day though, as I do have other things to do. But let's just introduce our players, shall we? Spawning as the Red Night Elf, we have Sonik. And his opponent, spawning as the Blue Undead, it is Happy. Night Elf versus Undead on Last Refuge, and let us see how this will go. Right now it looks like Happy is going to open up with that standard ghouls, which is, you know, the go-to build order versus Night Elf. I don't know why it got so tongue-twisted. Whereas Sonik, it looks like he is going to Ancient of War Creep his green spot. He's not going to do anything too aggressive, like Ancient of War Creep his Merc Camp. Because you got to think, in this matchup, Undead are known to do quite a bit of early aggression versus Night Elves. So, Sonic's going to play a bit more defensive. He's going to Ancient of War Creep the safer green camp. He's going to get the Demon Hunter out. Happy sending out his Acolyte Scout. He's got his Death Knight on the way. Ghoul production is already started and still no graveyard. So yes, it is ghouls, not a fiend opener. I'm probably the only undead in this game that try to make fiend openers work versus Night Elf. Some of them I have success with, but most of the time not really. Really the only time I have success with fiends if the Night Elf player really doesn't know how to counter them early game, and that's kind of rare. So, but I am very headstrong, so I am determined to make it work. Alright, and Sonik getting a nice infrastructure out. I'm assuming when that Ancient of War is done creeping, he's going to root him right here and get his base nice and walled off from any kind of ghoul run-bys. Alright, Death Knight's out, Rod in hand, and it looks like Happy's going to go creep. So he's not going to go for the straight-up ghoul aggression that you can see sometimes. He's going to creep, get his Death Knight leveled up, maybe try to bring it into the late game with some Destroyers, maybe a couple Fiends into the mix with his ghouls, who will hopefully have Ghoul Frenzy, if the game goes on that long, of course. Sonik creeping away, he gets Claws of Attack +6 from his green camp, not a bad start. Gets level 2 and Sentry Wards. Now Sentry Wards are pretty good on Last Refuge, as really it's just one pathway. There's 3 pathways you can come in. He's got Vision to this way with his Ancient of War. It looks like he's got Wisp here. I'm not sure how much vision that Wisp gives though. Not really much. Alright, here comes Sonik. Mana burn onto the Death Knight. Death Knight's still not at level 2, so he doesn't even have Death Coil, so it's not like he really needs that mana right away. But with one more Murloc, he'll get it. But with Sonik hanging around, Happy does not want to risk one of these Murlocs getting hitted by the Demon Hunter. Tier 2 on the way for Happy. Tier 2 on the way for Sonik. Ooh, Happy trying to get some surrounds going here. Demon Hunter does not have Boots of Speed, as they've just now been able to be purchased. So Sonic's got to be a little bit careful. He might want to get Boots. Oh, Skeleton having himself a brawl with 3 archers. I don't think that's a brawl you can really win, buddy. Alright, Mana Burn on Death Knight again. Finally gets level 2 for Coil. Oh, Demon Hunter just slips in. Slips out of that possible surround. Coil gonna be landing on the ghoul. Oh, no, there's still a hole. Oh, Sonik gonna try to wake up the creeps, get into snare down onto a skeleton. And so far, good job out of Sonik, keeping this Demon Hunter out of the surrounds, even without Boots of Speed. 2-2 about halfway done. We got a graveyard being built, so he will be getting slaughterhouses, as you do need a graveyard for slaughterhouses. And a Hunter's Hall. A very late Hunter's Hall. If Neo was casting this, he would be very upset. You want to get your Hunter's Hall down about halfway through the tech. Like literally halfway through the tech to tier 2. So by the time the Hunter's Hall finishes, tier 2 will be finishing up around the same time. So with the Hunter's Hall being late like this, Sonic is going to have to wait a little bit to put down his Ancients of Lore, which gives Happy a larger window to run in with his ghouls and get a cancel on his Ancient of Lores. Which just delays everything. Delays his Dryad production and delays his tier 3. Oh, what? Sonic still with no boots of speed on his Demon Hunter. One ghoul goes down. Dust being used. So, wow, is he really going to leave that archer? Alright, 2 archers go down. I thought Happy was going to let that archer live. Alright, his snares coming in from those pesky troll trappers. Alright, tier 3 on the way for Happy. We got the slaughterhouse. Still no second hero. We do see a Naga second for Happy though, Sonic though. And it looks like he'll be able to get 1 ghoul with her. Just 1 more frost arrow. Come on. Ooh, no, that ghoul lives. Ah, very nice micro out of Happy. Keeping that ghoul alive. This archer is also lucky. She lives. This is a micro fest. No one's killing anything here. Everything's living. Oh, I lied. That archer died. But Death Knight's kind of in a bad situation. He's a little low. And it looks like Happy's going to get a Lich second, not a Naga second. Sometimes in this matchup, Undead will go Naga second. If Naga goes triple heroes, most of the time you'll see him get a Naga second or third. Or at least that's what I like to do. But Dark Ranger's still pretty viable. Sometimes you'll even see a Dreadlord for sleep. But I don't really think that's going to work out, as we do have tier 3 and Ancients of Lore. So Sonic is going to have Dryads, which means he will have Abolish Magic on those sleeps. We do have a Sacrificial Pit going down, so I'm assuming Happy's going to go into Frosties. Either that or he just wants a Shade Scout. And we do have an expansion coming in for Sonic that Happy does not know about. But if he gets a Shade, he'll be able to scout it easy. Oh, another Mana Burn coming in. Sonic coming in Wands of Illusion, but this is the real Demon Hunter, and he really needs to be careful with it. Oh, okay. He had a greater healing pot. Or a normal healing pot, but there is a Frost Nova coming in from the Lich. He's trying to keep the Lich back out of Mana Burn range. If he gets Mana Burn, he won't be able to get that last one out. Oh, the Lich never got Mana Burn, so he's still got that Nova in him. He's gonna go for it. DK does not have enough for a coil. Oh, Sonic's gonna live, but Happy's Death Knight getting pretty low. He might have to use his TP. Sorry. And at the last second, he does use the town portal. You know, there used to be a mute button on this mic, and I could use it. That way when I coughed, you guys wouldn't have to hear it. But I can't find that mute button anymore. I don't know where it went. Alright, Shade coming out. So Happy will be able to get a scout off on that expansion. Got the Destroyer upgrade on the way. Boneyards being produced. And Ghoul Frenzy, which makes him attack super quick. Plus on Holy Aura, ghouls are crazy fast. Alright, let's take this time to look at populations and such. So right now, 44 supply for Sonic versus 32 a Happy. Tech, Sonic has Abolish Magic and the Druid to Call Adept training. Pretty sure Mastery training's on the way. Yes, it is. Right there. More claws coming in. Tier 3 has finished. Alright, more illusions. The real Demon Hunter still with no Orb of Venom. Happy with the Shade, has it right on Sonic's army, but he did see the expansion, so he does know that it's there. It looks like Happy's going to creep out the red camp, and I notice he still does have triple heroes, so he might just stick with DK Lich. Oh, but he has a Mana Stone on the Death Knight. Very nice. While he holds it, he has increased mana regen, and if his mana gets low, he can use it as if it was a greater mana pot. Medallion of Courage, not a bad item. Switch that to the Lich. The Lich at plus 17 damage. Yeah. That Lich will have a lot of fun with those Dryads. Meanwhile, Sonic's still going to creep, but looks like he'll get level 3 on his Naga. He has healing wards, can be devoured by the destroyers, but it looks like he's going to use one of them for creeping anyways. Happy getting another shade. Did Sonic reveal that last shade? He must have. And I heard a Frosty. Where is he? Alright, we got the first Frostworm out in the battle. He's a very powerful unit, especially microed correctly over the trees and stuff, because Dryads are magic immune units, so Frostworms obviously cannot attack them, which allows Dryads to snipe them down easy, especially in mass. Right now there's only 4 Dryads though, so it's not the hugest mass in the world, but you definitely want to keep that Frostworm, micro him over the trees, try to get him out of Dryad range, and use them to snipe away the bears who take extra damage from magic. Do we see an Ancient of Wind? We do see an Ancient of Wind. So Sonic is starting his Hippogriff production. If I was happy, I'd be getting Web right now. He's not getting Web. I don't even think he knows about the Ancient of Wind. Right now it's 64 supply versus 48. Sonic up a good 10 or so supply. Mana Burn going on Death Knight. Fork Lightning coming in. Coil being used on that Frostworm as the Dryads are just going to town on them. Oh, and now we see the first Hippogriff coming in. Another Coil going on to that Death Knight, but level 2 Coil really doesn't heal him for much. These Frostworms just have so much health. And Happy is going to have to back off. Web is being started right now. He's going to need more Fiends, though. Right now he's only got 1 Fiend. So yeah, he can web down 1 Hippogriff, but it's just going to be so much 1-to-1. Whew. Sorry. Happy gonna go back into creeping. Meanwhile, Sonic's expansion's been running with nearly no harassment at all to it. Happy hasn't even tried to do anything to that expansion. Which makes me surprised he didn't counter expand. He's got an Acolyte here. Maybe he thought about expanding? If he does expand, he's going to have a hard time holding it. Undeads have a terrible time getting expansions up. So if he does put that expansion down, he's basically just going to have to sit there and guard it until he can get some defensive Ziggurat towers up. But it looks like he's not going. That Acolyte's just there for scouting purposes. Second Frostworm's out. Yep. What's the damage upgrades looking like? Still at 0-0. Meanwhile, we see a Pandaren Brewmaster as the third hero. A little bit late. His Breath of Fire can be pretty nice. It's going through these fiends. And Happy getting a Tinker third. Okay. Alright, here we go. Pocket Factory going down. Fork Lightning going down. Nova going down onto the Hippogriffs. If one Hippogriff gets webbed, DK and Lich are in a... Jeez. They're in a bad spot. Taking loads of damage. More Mana Burn coming in. 2 Frostworms, though. They do a lot of damage to those bears. 1 bear goes down. Another Forked Lightning from the Naga Sea Witch. And these bears are getting shredded here. I don't think Sonic has enough anti-air to deal with all these Frostworms. Invuln Pot being used on Death Knight. Greater Healing being used on Demon Hunter. Happy does lose his Tinker, though. Ah, nice Staff Preservation saving the Demon Hunter. Alright. More bears go down, and yeah, with all this air not being touched, Happy did a good job sniping away at those Hippogriffs. He's building a lot more. He's gonna have to definitely get more Dryads up. Alright, Tinker being resurrected. And right now it's 58 supply versus 57. So even after that fight going down, Sonic's still pretty close in on supply. Those Frostworms just hit like a truck, though. And they don't have any upgrades yet. Yeah, no damage upgrade. Sonic is at 1-1, though. Tinker back out into the fight. Yeah, looks like we might have another battle. The fight for the red camp. Who will get the right to kill the Ogre Lord? We got more statues coming in. Oh, Demon Hunter running right on there, and they're gonna instantly pop that invuln pot. Alright. Healing ward being put in the back. Destroyer does devour it though. Alright, there's a lot more dryads here. You gotta remember, dryads rebuild super fast. And breath of fire going in. Not really hitting much though. More hippogriffs go down. Happy trying his best to just kite this night elf army here. Another bear goes down, but all this anti-air, all focused on. Coil gonna save that frostworm. Mana burn onto the Death Knight, taking away his last coil. Oh, but the Naga of Sonik does go down, giving level 5 to Death Knight. Level 2 in the Tinker. Oh, and the coil! The level 3 coil sniping the Demon Hunter. Very nice work by Happy. Dark Ritual being used so he can get a Nova to kill the Panda, and Sonic with no heroes. These Dryads are just cannon fodder to this Lich. Alright, Demon Hunter being picked up at the Neutral Hero Tavern. Very nice play out of Happy. That level 3 coil just kicked in at the perfect time. I'm not sure if he had a mana pot or not. I should have checked his items. But we see an Acolyte being built. It's not for his shade, unless he wants a second shade. No, looks like he feels good enough. Oh, he had an expansion building this whole time. Alright. Looks like Sonic is going to try to harass away at this. But yeah, during that whole fight, I didn't even notice the Haunted Gold Mine going up. You thought an undead on one base was scary? Oh, you should see an undead on 2 bases. Dryads forced to run. Demon Hunter fully healed up thanks to the Moonwells. No, now that Tinker needs to be careful. Happy needs to be careful in general. Pulling the creeps. He's going to have to nuke down that Ogre Lord. He gets Hood of the Cunning for it. He can give it to the Lich and give him more. +4, more damage. But I don't think he wants to lose any of that inventory. That's a pretty good inventory. That Lich is at +25 freaking damage. Yee. Alright, Acolyte's still being produced. More Fiends coming in. And Sonic building a second expansion, but Nightshade Scout coming in out of Happy, so he does see that. More creeping coming in. Oh, but it looks like Sonic wants to move in on that expansion. Happy wisely staying near his expansion, because like I said, until you get some defensive Ziggurat towers up or something, you really can't hold that expansion. It's tough. It's tough. Alright, got more Dryads going down. Air flying over the trees, because, you know, they're no use versus the Dryads. And right now things are looking pretty good. It's 70 supply versus 68. Resources is 200 gold versus about 187. And we got a Pocket Factory to harass away at that Tree of Life. Meanwhile, at the same time, Sonic trying to harass away. I'm sorry, at Happy's expansion. Oh, TP's being forced to use, and there's just so much stuff going on right now. Right now, Sonic with his back against the wall here. Really, Naga getting sniped away. What was she doing all by herself? Eee. Not a good move by Sonic. That's more gold down the drain. To resurrect a level 3 hero over and over again. Oh, here we go. Coil Nova onto the Panda. Stat preservation gonna have to be used for him. The bears aren't even in bear form right now. Alright, another bear goes down. More bears go down. Dryads being sniped away by the fiends. We even got an abomination here to try to soak up some damage. And Sonic leaving without even a GG. He's salty. Alright guys, that was my last cast for today, but if you liked these casts, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You want to watch me play Warcraft 3, follow me at Twitch at Thendis32, and I will catch you guys later.